Raider Nation, what's good, my silver and black family? Man, do I have some absolutely electric news that's about to send shockwaves through the entire NFL. You know what? Before we dive into this madness, I need you to smash that like button right now, because what I'm about to tell you is gonna blow your mind and change everything you thought you knew about our beloved Raiders. Listen up, because there's something brewing in Vegas that has the rest of the league absolutely terrified. We're talking about a player who's already rewriting the history books, and now he's about to become something truly legendary. This isn't just about talent anymore. This is about transformation, about evolution, about a young superstar who's hungry for greatness and willing to learn from the absolute best. You see, there's this incredible story developing right under our noses, and it involves our rising star connecting with some of the most dominant forces this league has ever seen. We're talking about learning sessions that could literally reshape the entire landscape of tight end play in the NFL. The conversations that happened, the knowledge that was shared, it's the kind of stuff that creates dynasties, that turns good players into Hall of Famers. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. This player didn't just have casual conversations with these legends. No, he picked their brains, studied their techniques, absorbed their wisdom like a sponge. He learned blocking tenacity from one All-Pro, route running mastery from another, and explosive after-catch ability from a third. Can you imagine what happens when you combine all of that elite knowledge into one already phenomenal player? The anticipation is killing me, Raider Nation. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because you're about to witness the birth of something truly special. This story is just getting started, and what comes next will absolutely blow your mind. Brock Bowers stepped into that rookie season and immediately made the entire NFL take notice. This 6'4" beast didn't just play, he dominated. With two different quarterbacks throwing to him, this man still managed to rack up 1,194 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. But that's not even the craziest part. He shattered Mike Ditka's long-standing record for most receiving yards by a rookie tight end. Mike freaking Ditka. That's legendary company right there. But what happened next at Tight End University? That's where the real magic began. Bowers didn't just attend, he became a student of the game at the highest level. He sat down with George Kittle, Travis Kelce, and Rob Gronkowski, 3 absolute legends who've redefined what it means to play the tight end position. And what he learned from each of them is about to create a monster. From Kittle, he absorbed that nasty blocking mentality, that tenacity that makes defenders want to quit. From Kelce, he studied the art of finding open space, of becoming uncoverable in the middle of the field. And from Gronk, man, he learned how to be an absolute wrecking ball after the catch. Now imagine all of that knowledge flowing through one player who's already proven he can dominate at the highest level. The Raiders hit the jackpot with that 13th overall pick in 2024, and now with Geno Smith throwing him the ball, a quarterback who just threw for 480, not even 20 yards, this offense is about to be absolutely unstoppable. This isn't just about individual success anymore. This is about a player who's ready to carry this entire franchise on his shoulders. But wait, there's more brewing in silver and black that's got everyone talking. The story doesn't end here, my friends. The Raiders have always been about finding those hidden gems, those players who come out of nowhere and become legends. And speaking of legends, there's another story developing that's got everyone in the organization absolutely buzzing with excitement. We're talking about the next potential superstar who could follow in some pretty legendary footsteps. You know what's beautiful about this organization. We don't just find talent, we create it, we mold it, we turn raw potential into pure dominance. And that tradition, it's about to continue in ways that will make the entire NFL shake in their boots. Stay tuned, because this next revelation is going to show you exactly why the silver and black are building something truly special. Hold on to your helmets, Raider Nation, because what I'm about to tell you next is going to have you jumping out of your seats. We just talked about our established superstar, but now we're diving into the future. And let me tell you, that future is looking absolutely electric. You see, there's this incredible phenomenon happening in Vegas right now. And it's all about finding those diamond in the rough players who come out of nowhere and shock the world. We're talking about the Raiders' new shoes, legendary ability to spot talent where others see nothing but potential. And boy, do we have a story for you. Thornton Jr. Remember that name, because you're about to hear it a lot. This Tennessee product got selected in the 4th round of the 2025 NFL Draft. And already he's got coaches and teammates absolutely mesmerized. We're talking about a 6'5", 205-pound speed demon who ran a 4.30 at the NFL Combine. Let that sink in for a second. 4.30 at his size. That's not just rare, that's practically mythical. But here's what's got everyone in the organization so excited. This kid isn't just fast, he's smart. He's been impressing everyone during off-season practice sessions, showing the kind of work ethic and dedication that turns raw talent into pure dominance. The coaches are seeing something special, something that could develop into our next go-to receiver. Now, I know what you're thinking. Can this kid really become something special? Well, let me tell you something about Raiders history. We've got a track record of finding these late-round gems and turning them into absolute monsters. The development process might take time, but when it clicks, when it all comes together, that's when magic happens. The potential is absolutely through the roof with this one. We're talking about someone who could develop into a legitimate #1 receiver if everything falls into place. The height-weight speed combination is off the charts, and when you add the Raiders development system to that raw talent, you get the recipe for something truly special. But the story doesn't stop there, my friends. There's another young player making waves. Someone who's ready to prove that the Raiders' eye for talent extends far beyond just the offensive side of the ball. And this next player, he's got the tools to become something truly extraordinary. Decamerion Richardson is that toolsy defensive back who's got all the physical attributes to become a shutdown corner. This Mississippi State product might not have grabbed any interceptions in college or his rookie season, but don't let that fool you. The talent is absolutely there. The size, the speed, the potential to become a game changer in our secondary. Sometimes it takes a little time for these players to find their groove, to really understand what it takes to dominate at the NFL level. But when they do, when everything clicks and they start making those game-changing plays, that's when you realize you've got something special on your hands. The Raiders have always been about developing talent, about taking players with raw ability and molding them into superstars. And with these young players showing the kind of dedication and improvement that we're seeing, the future is looking absolutely incredible. But here's the thing that's got everyone talking. There's one player whose story perfectly embodies what it means to be a late-round gem in silver and black. Someone who went from being a skinny kid from Eastern Michigan to becoming one of the most dominant forces in the entire NFL. And his journey, it's the blueprint for what these young players could become. The anticipation is building, Raider Nation. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe, because what comes next is going to show you exactly why the silver and black are the masters of finding and developing elite talent. This story is about to reach its incredible climax. Raider Nation, are you ready for the most incredible story of transformation and determination in recent NFL history? Because what I'm about to tell you is going to give you chills and make you realize exactly why the silver and black are the most special organization in all of football. We've been talking about rising stars and future potential, but now it's time to talk about the man who embodies everything it means to be a Raider. The player who took a 4th round selection and turned it into a Hall of Fame trajectory. The absolute monster who came from Eastern Michigan as a skinny kid and became one of the most feared defensive players in the entire NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the absolute legend, Maxx Crosby. This is the story that proves anything is possible when you combine raw talent with that Raiders mentality. 6 years ago, nobody, and I mean nobody, expected this kid to become what he's become today. He was considered a project, a developmental player who might contribute someday if everything went perfectly. But here's what separates champions from everyone else. It's not about where you start. It's about where you finish. And Crosby, this man has finished at the absolute top of the mountain. He's not just one of the best defensive players in the NFL. He's a franchise legend. He's the kind of player that defines what it means to wear the silver and black. Think about this journey for a second. From a skinny kid who didn't play against the best competition to becoming a franchise cornerstone and one of the best players to ever wear our uniform. That's not just development, that's pure magic. That's the Raiders' way of finding diamonds in the rough and polishing them until they shine brighter than anyone ever imagined. The 4th round selection made perfect sense at the time. He had the tools but needed development. But what happened next? What Crosby did with that opportunity, that's the stuff of legends. He didn't just meet expectations, he obliterated them. He didn't just become a good player, he became elite. And here's what's so beautiful about this story. It's happening again! Right now as we speak, there are young players in that Raiders facility who are following in Crosby's footsteps. They're learning from his example, studying his work ethic, absorbing his dedication to excellence. The connection between all these stories is absolutely perfect. You've got Bowers learning from the best tight ends in the game, becoming something special. You've got Thornton with all the physical tools to dominate, just like Crosby had the raw talent. You've got Richardson with the potential to become a shutdown corner, following that same development path. But what makes Crosby so special is that he can be easily replicated. His success story is rare because it takes a special kind of person to maximize that kind of potential. It takes someone with a Raiders mentality, someone who embodies everything this organization stands for. The fact that we're looking for the next Maxx Crosby shows you exactly what kind of standard we're setting. We're not just looking for good players, we're looking for legends. We're looking for players who will define what it means to be a Raider for generations to come. Raider Nation, this is why we're so excited